Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, welcome back to my YouTube channel Inulu Wahini. So for this video, I'm going to present my media for ELT media from Amina Sutrisno. So I've already made media for teaching and learning for the grammar, but because of the book is in my dorm in Jember, so I made this media for ELT media. So this is my media. I have already made SpongeBob media. This media is for teaching and learning grammar. How do we teach our students by using this media? Because when we are going to teach our students, we have to make a media for interesting the students to study about the English. Okay. I've already made this media for teaching and learning grammar. So teacher or the candidate of teacher can use this media for teaching grammar. How do we use this media for teaching and learning grammar? I think that our students will be very happy to study about the grammar by using this media. Okay, firstly, I've already prepared in front. There are many tenses here. So the example you are going to teach about the present tense or past tense. So just prepare any kind of material, something like this. This what I've already prepared too. Today I'm going to explain to you about present tense. So you are going to explain about the present tense. So prepare something like this. After that, you can explain more in the whiteboard or in slide for explaining about tenses to your students. After your students have already learned about tenses, have already understood about the tenses, directly you are going to have this kind of like whiteboard or exercising. Something like this. I've already prepared this. See? Here there are many kinds of, here there are the verbs and there are the subject. I have already prepared verb, then noun, then auxiliary, then here there is the adjective. Then after that, there are two kinds of papers here. I've already prepared for two papers. It depends on the students. If you have many students, you can prepare many kinds of something like this. So how do we play with something, a piece of paper? So the example is present tense. You have to order your two students to come forward to play this game. The theme is present tense, so your students will make sentence about the present tense. The example, your students will look for the subject first. Oh, I will say they. Put this, they. Then it will be after subject will be verb. They eat. I will use eat. That they eat. Then noun. What's the noun? Oh, here there is noodle. Then directly put the noodle. So the word will be they eat noodle. So the students can create any kind of sentence, even positive, negative, interrogative. So for you as the candidate of teacher, you can make like subject here, the negative or verb for these tenses. So I think that it will be more interesting when you are going to invite your students, 4 students or 2 students to make this. Then our students will show to us, Miss, I have already made this sentence. So it will be very interesting for teacher to give something to make this media. After that, if all your students have already tried, have already understood about this about the tenses, present tense, then I have already made something like this. This is exercising. Here there are 2 points of the question here. The first is A, B, C, D. So your students, if they have already understood about tenses after making sentence, then it will be exercising. So the example, order your students to come forward. Then can you choose one of the multiple choice here? The example, your student choose B. Then your students will take one of the questions, this. So open that. So it will be question here. See, how is the question? The question is, we don't blah 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 which I put the plain gas from. So here there are many kinds of multiple choice. A will be no, think, C will be like. So your students gonna answer about that. After that, if all your students have already answered all the exercising, then you have to give, sorry, it's really difficult, love. So just make many loves or stars for your students, like giving a value for them to make them will be happier. So make love as many for your students. So I think that is really benefit. This media is really benefit for teaching grammar. Just make interesting media for your students. For the candidate of teacher has to make this media for improving, for supporting your teaching and learning. I think that it's really interesting to study about grammar when this media is implemented in our class. So that's all my presentations for this media. I think that I'm going to teach my students next by using this media. I'm going to create other media for teaching and learning. Okay, that's all for me. That's all this my video. Sorry for having any trouble in this video. And last I say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe this video. Thank you.